We have arrived at the next chapter of the ongoing Gotham War between Batman, Catwoman, and the betrayals and backstabbing are coming fast and hard with this one. Previously, the Bat family made it clear that they were siding with Catwoman in her criminal organization because she had it that she is now training elite cat burglars from the henchmen from these other criminals and things, and that they're only robbing the rich and giving a portion of it to charity, and that's so good, and they were all on board for it. The Bat family is full on board to support crime, and Batman is the only one who's against it, and they came out in their numbers to kick his ass because as far as they're concerned, he's supposed to go along with it. Well, that went some way. So we reached the next issue of Batman 138 where the Gotham War continues. And a few things have come to light that show just exactly how absolutely ridiculous this keeps getting. So the issue starts. We begin with Vandal Savage talking about, giving a whole backstory about how he's 50,000 years old, and he talk about how some meteor crashed, and that's how he became who he is and all of this, It's just a backstory in regards to it, but it does have a meaning for what's going to happen. When we get to it now, apparently, Batman has exposed, or should I say Batman has used a machine on Red Hood, aka Jason Todd. And what it does is that Batman could use the machine to kind of change Jason's personality a little, right? It basically works that anytime Jason's adrenaline gets amped up and he's ready to fight or kill somebody, fear kicks in and he wouldn't be able to do it because, let's be honest, Jason Todd is a murderer. Now, it's kind of weird that Batman has a machine like this, because when you introduce things like this, and Batman has this machine that could change people and all of this, and change the person, it kind of begs the question, why has he never used it on somebody like the Joker or Penguin or Two-Face? When you introduce these kind of MacGuffins, it's really difficult to take a step back now, and then you start to ask the question, why hasn't it been used? Now in that regard, it's kind of, a little creepy that Batman would use this on Jason Todd, but you kind of have to understand where he's coming from. Batman is at present fighting a one-man war against his own team who have sided with criminals, right? He's fighting this war on his own. And in just this Batman, Catwoman, Gotham War, Jason has literally tried to murder him 3 times. And I'm not talking about, trying to incapacitate him or knock him out. No, he has literally tried to murder him at least 3 times in just this already. And he's killed other people all over the place and that's moved on. So, at the end of the day, Batman really have no choice but to clear the field and deal with him when it comes to this. Now, like I say, is it a little morally questionable? Yes. But again, the man is fighting a war on his own. He has to do what he has to do to try and stop this because these people are clearly insane. And, he needs to do something to stop what's going on. When this happens now, and next thing has come up. Apparently, Batman has this these things kind of like Batbots or something, where he keeps like files of the backups from the Bat computer in different locations, and the main one is kept in this apartment that Thomas and Martha Wayne had when Thomas Wayne was in medical school. He had this apartment that he was using, which would be close by. That's where he and Martha lived. And some years ago, Batman bought it, and he's been keeping the Batbot there so that he could do this. Now, the Bat family, and by Bat family I mean Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, and the rest of them, have convinced themselves that Batman is the one in the wrong, right? And that because apparently Batman created this other backup personality called ZNR, who is basically like Batman but without any restrictions on anything. He just does whatever he has to do to take down criminals or anything like that. He's a backup kind of fail-safe program, personality program that Batman created in his mind. And they believe that Batman is being influenced by this personality, and that's what he's doing. And they're talking about how Batman is out of control and they need to stop him. And I'm like, what exactly has he done? He's not going out there beating criminals within an inch of their lives. He's not tearing apart the city, burning down buildings. I mean, it's not like if he's letting criminals burn to death while he makes out with Black Canary right in front of them. That's not happening. All he is doing is taking down Catwoman's criminal organization, which is what Batman does. You all have sided with her, and you have gone out of your way to create this scenario in your minds that Batman is the problem to justify what you're doing. Keep in mind, last time around, they attacked Batman, he didn't attack them. But no, as far as they are concerned, he's the problem, not them. So Nightwing breaks into this place that has the same apartment that has the Batbot, Batbox, I think they call it, backup stuff in it. And they want to shut it down. But then Damian Wayne shows up, right? Because he's looking to stop them, you know what's going on. And he attacks Nightwing. And I must say, they're going to have a little fight and stuff. And I must say, when Damian cuts Nightwing across the face with his batarang, I was very happy. I was like, yes, you deserve that, you asshole. I like Nightwing. You think he's a cool character, but I was like, you deserve that, you asshole. And then all of a sudden, Tim Drake Robin tackles Damian and takes him away, leaving Nightwing to continue to continue to dismantle Batman's network. Right? While all of this is happening now, Catwoman is meeting with other people. They can't get a hold of Red Hood, and her second in command, Marquise, tells her that she needs to go and see Batman. He won't listen to anyone else but her, so she needs to do something. That's what she does. So anyway, Nightwing uses his retinal scan to get access to the Batbot, and before he could shut it down, he has this flashback of when he and Batman made their vow to stop crime and to help others and to build a better world and all of that. Before he could do it, Batman shows up, right? They have a little talk back and forth, and then they get to fighting. Now, it turns out that Batman is currently working with Riddler, although he's using Riddler to try and track down Riddler's location, but Riddler's also helping him with something. Alright. They start fighting, and I don't know what moral high ground, Nightwing believes he's holding, because you're actively working with a criminal in Catwoman, and you and the rest of them are out there perfectly happy to allow rich people to get robbed because for some reason they deserve to be robbed because they're rich. That's what you're going at. So they end up fighting. Batman breaks his bow staff, and then he hits him one good blow like this. I mean, yeah, this is gonna be the thumbnail. I could say that. Yeah, you deserve that. Right, so he knocks him out, and before he could get to taking down the stopping him from doing it, Nightwing attacks him again. So meanwhile, Tim Drake and Damian Wayne are fighting, and Damian is basically telling him, it's futile, Drake, you can never take me in a fight. And he's like, I know. So you're supposed to be this genius detective, and I'm trying to tell you wouldn't even train over time, try to get better, anything like that. No, but then how does it end? Apparently, Tim Drake uses his bow staff to shock him, and that was it, I guess. I mean, it's like, apparently they figured nobody wanted to see an actual fight between the two of them, but whatever. So he shocks him and then, handcuffs him to something. Next thing, Batman comes crashing through the window and falls to the ground because, again, like I am saying, Batman is fighting a one-man war against these sycophants. They are perfectly happy because even Nightwing says it. I'm not letting you do this. I'm not letting you destroy the peace Selina made. Peace at the expense of other people, because as far as they are concerned, it's peace because, only rich people are getting robbed. They are not seeing the bigger picture, seeing how bad this actually is and how it's going to get. No. And then he then starts beating the crap out of Batman, punching him. Batman has to rip off a car door and knock him away. Then right before he could even do anything, Tim Drake ties him up and then kicks him away, tells him that, he's got this, go ahead and continue to dismantle it. And this is, and then you see Tim Drake and taking the moral high ground and say that you're lost. It's why I became Robin in the first place, because I saw you dipping into darkness, going it alone while consumed with a fever. Why can't you see this? Why can't you see that you're the ones in the wrong here? You're literally actively supporting criminal behavior. But this is what they're doing. You are fighting on the wrong side against the man who literally made you all what you are. Because you're perfectly happy to allow crime to continue as long as it only affects some people. That's it. As long as it only affects some people. So Batman again tries to fight his way back out of it. Nightwing goes in there, dismantles the stuff, and before he does that, he finds out what it is Batman did with Jason. When Batman eventually knocks down Tim Drake and is looking to go back, you understand me? Nightwing attacks him, brutally beating him and telling him that calling him a monster, talking about you kidnapped him, infected his mind. He's your son. I'm telling you. And he's beating Batman within an inch of his life. Blood and everything, just pounding him. Because I'm telling you, these people have literally convinced themselves they are in the right and Batman is completely wrong. Every criminal thing that they're doing is right and they need to stop it because as far as they're concerned, he's gone too far. What exactly has he done? He has not beaten anybody half to death. He's been taking down a criminal organization. He incapacitated Jason Todd, an actual murderer who has tried to kill him at least 3 times during just this whole Gotham War event alone. You understand me? That's it. The man is fighting a war against the very people he trained, who have gone over to the dark side, and he is going it alone. But no, you're perfectly happy to beat the living hell out of him. Then Tim Drake jumps in and stop it. Beating him up isn't the answer. He needs help. So does Jason, and Nightwing, so does Jason, so does Selina. None of them are acting anything like how they're supposed to act. None of them are actually seeming like they have any kind of common sense at all. And this comic is deliberately trying to put it out there. They're the ones in the right and Batman is the one wrong here. But it makes absolutely no sense. Batman eventually ends up tying them up and he gets away. He has to try and get out of there as fast as possible. So he leaves. And then Damian Wayne, this is the weirdest part. Damian is just their father. And then he's just like, he left me. Why did and like and tell him something's wrong, we'll help our dad, we will. Like, you're supposed to be this highly trained assassin who was trained by Ra's al Ghul and is so badass in everything that you do. You really expect me to believe Batman didn't think you couldn't get away from some handcuffs and escape? Bloody hell, man. This is not how Damian Wayne would ever act. Everybody knows that he's a stuck up, annoying little pain in the neck. Why would he suddenly be, oh no, I can't believe he left me, father, father. What the hell? And once again, the action trying to talk about how we'll help our dad. We will. The hell does Batman need help for? You're the ones who are actively supporting crime, you sick little bastards. But then we get to the big coup de grace of this. You understand? We get to the big coup de grace of this. It turns out that Catwoman's right-hand woman, Marquise, is actually the daughter of Vandal Savage, and her name is Scandal Savage. Yeah, he really thought hard about that before he named her. Right, she's really Scandal Savage, right? And this whole thing, right? This whole thing, where Selina was training this elite group of cat burglars, this whole thing turns out to be one gigantic lie. It was never about Selina training some elite group of cat burglars. No, they were using her dumbass, right? Vandal Savage and his daughter Scandal were using her dumbass, right? Because what they actually had planned was that apparently the meteor that turned Vandal Savage immortal, and this is something that they keep doing, whatever, it doesn't make any sense with me. Apparently it broke apart, and the only way for him to truly become immortal or some crap like that is to get all the pieces back together. And one of the said pieces was actually what created the Lazarus pit that Ra's al Ghul used to bathe in all the time. Well, apparently he's dead now, right? So Scandal Savage and Vandal Savage have a plan. They're going to get all the pieces back together. And it turns out that the whole network of criminals that Catwoman was building is in fact actually their version of the League of Shadows. And they're going to use those highly trained individuals that Catwoman trained to be Catwoman to take over Gotham. And then Vandal Savage is going to have an immortal army that could do whatever it is he wants. You understand me? That's their entire thing. They're going to pull that off. So, surprise, surprise, Batman was right. You understand me? Batman was right. All this shit that they did, all this attacking him and everything. You understand me? Talking about how, we're not going to let you disrupt the peace that Selina has brought. It all turns out to be a lie. Vandals are the one who's been doing it because apparently, right? Apparently, Chip Zdarsky, he wanted to write a Vandal Savage story. But apparently, Tini Howard wanted to write some crap about some war between Batman and Catwoman, which we all know was going nowhere, and this is the result. Now, what they could have done with this story to make it make sense is that Catwoman could still be trying a little elite group of cat burglars thing, and the Bat family and Batman are trying to stop her. But when they had the meeting, she exposed Batman to some kind of newly made toxin that Vandal Savage had, because apparently she and Vandal Savage are working together. And Batman starts to become unhinged and lose it. And they realize that, the Bat family started to realize that something is wrong with him. And they have to try and help him while also trying to stop what's going on. Only for Selina to then get betrayed, and then, Vandal Savage have to do whatever it is he has to do. So then, you have three different points right there. Batman is becoming unhinged. The Bat family is trying to help him while stopping what's going on. Selina and her whole group of stuff end up getting betrayed. All of that could come together in a really good story. But when you're determined to write crap, this is what you get. So we're not even 5 issues into this whole Gotham War thing. You understand? Because this is chapter 4 or something like that, right? And it turns out this whole Gotham War nonsense between Batman and Catwoman was nothing more than one gigantic lie. She was never any kind of crime, but she was being used The Bat family are a bunch of traitorous idiots. Batman is the only one who was actually making any kind of sense. And I'm telling you, by the end of this whole Gotham War, the only thing that could be any kind of a salve or kind of a saving grace for it is if Batman disowns the entire Bat family and bans all of them from Gotham, because they damn well deserve it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, should hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell if I upload a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.